very much. Here I thought I was the only claimant for good weather. I brought good weather from Bangladesh. Now I see many competitors. Thank you very much for inviting me. I'll just walk you through my journey with finance and how it looked to me. That's the perspective I'll try to give it to you. I got into lending money by accident. It's not a design, it's not a research project or anything. Circumstances pushed me to doing things, just lending money out of my own pocket to protect people in the village next door to the university campus from the loan sharks. And that was the beginning. It grew, and then I was running out of my money because everybody wants to borrow money from it. Then I offered myself as a guarantor to the bankers because they will not give the loan. So I was signing papers, taking risk. I said, if they don't pay, I'll pay. That was the second phase. Then I thought they were not prompt enough to give the money, even after my being the guarantor. So I thought I'd create a bank. Ultimately, I created a bank. In 1976, I began, and in 1983, we became a bank. And then on, we continue to do that. So that process brought me into conflict with the banking system. Every day I'm just attacking them, they're attacking me, dismissing me, kind of encouraging me to keep my mouth shut, but I keep talking about it. First I keep talking about it, telling them, look, you create a funny institution. You create banks which are supposed to lend money to people. But you do it in such a funny way. You lend money to people who already have lots of money. And you don't lend money to people who don't have money. As a rational thing would be that way. You start lending money to the people who don't have money, and then gradually go to the people who have some money. They laugh. It's such a funny thing. But I believe in that. That's what the financial system should be. And then the next one came when they were saying, well, we don't lend money to poor people because they are not creditworthy. As if that word is a magic word, it silences you. You can't take talking about it. They are not creditworthy. And I thought about it. What does it mean? That the moment they say you cannot lend money to people because they are not creditworthy, I said, isn't it a funny statement? Should banks tell people that they are not creditworthy? Or the people should tell the banks that they are not people-worthy? This is a whole issue. Who will be designing what? Anyway, that was not at all. But it continued to expand. Today, Grameen Bank in Bangladesh has more than 9 million borrowers in Bangladesh. Most of them are women. 97% are women. And we designed it in such a way which almost looks like reversing the whole banking system. And bankers keep telling me, you have put whole banking system upside down by designing what you have done. I said, I'm very proud of it. Because banking system was standing on its head. So I'm turning it around so that it can stand on its feet. It is a question of, again, perspective, what you look at. Everything I do in the Grameen Bank is almost opposite of what the conventional banks do. They go to the rich, I go to the poor. They go to men, I go to women. They go to city center, I go to the remote village. They ask for collateral, say forget about collateral. And our basic principle is people should not come to the bank, bank should go to people. Even today, after all these 41 years, we have 2,600 branches in Bangladesh, serving 9 million borrowers in 80,000 villages of Bangladesh, every single village. We still follow the same principle. We deliver the service in 80,000 villages every week to 9 million borrowers. Rain, shine, flood, it doesn't stop us. We carry on. Our repayment rate has all over remained near about 100%. No collateral. We keep saying we are the only bank in the world which is lawyer-free. We don't need any lawyer. We give out billions of dollars in loans. Last year we gave over $3 billion in loans. But it doesn't worry us that whether money will come back because they keep coming back in perfect Republic record. So that creates a lot of challenges. And we say we have been talking about this in many different ways. We keep saying that credit should be accepted as a human right. Nobody listens. We keep saying that credit is a financial oxygen for people. If we don't have oxygen here, we'll collapse. We'll become dysfunctional. And when you don't have financial oxygen, that's what happened to people. They become dysfunctional, and we call them poor people. I said, if you connect them with the financial oxygen, suddenly they become alive. They become creative, they become productive, and that's what the microcredit is all about, all over the world. We are challenged to do it in the United States. In 2008, we began it, creating one branch in New York City in Jackson Heights. And it came out so beautiful. Everybody in New York City said, oh, we need it in our neighborhood. Why didn't you start a branch in our neighborhood? And we can say, give us the money, we'll come and do it for you. Now we have 7 branches in New York City. And then other cities keep coming to us. The poor in our city is worse than the poor in New York City. So there's a competition of poverty now. I said, okay, same deal. You give the money, we come and do it. They provide the money, we come do it. So we work in 12 cities now. In New York, of course, Los Angeles, San Francisco, Omaha, Nebraska, Charlotte, North Carolina, Indianapolis, and so on. 12 cities. We have over 100,000 borrowers. All of them are women. Most of them are undocumented women. And over years, we have given more than $1 billion in loan with perfect repayment record in every single branch anywhere in the United States. Over 99.5%. They never fail. So ask the question, why banks don't lend money to poor people? Are the poor people are not creditworthy? All the branches of Grameen system in New York City are self-sustaining. It's not somebody paying for the staff and paying for, everybody said, well, you can be successful in repayment, but you'll never be successful in covering the cost. We now show it in 3 to 4 years, each branch becomes sustainable. So what's wrong? That's a question we raised to the financial system. I said, after all the years of demonstration of microcredit, everywhere in the world, today there are nearly 300 million borrowers of microcredit around the world. Financial system has not changed at all. Microcredit is still the footnote in the financial system. Why? Because they are attached to some other objectives, not objectives of serving the people, but answering the question whether financial system is people worthy or not. Definitely, they are not people worthy so far. So that's a challenge that we have. As we are doing this microcredit, we saw many other problems. Problem of health. If you are poor in health. They go together. Particularly women and children, they are the victims of health. So we created healthcare system. We created health insurance system. We created clinics. We created hospitals. We created a series of healthcare-related issues. Then we stumbled into other issues, sanitation. So we created sanitation company to provide sanitation in every single village. And it became a nationwide system. We addressed the energy issue because as the sun goes down, the whole country becomes dark because everybody has kerosene lamp, no electricity in the villages. We said, forget it. We'll bring electricity in the villages. We created a company called Grameen Shakti or Grameen Energy to bring solar energy in the village. In the beginning, it was difficult to make people understand that and pay for it. But then we came with the idea, asked the question, how much do you pay for kerosene every month? And everybody has a ready answer. This is how I pay. Okay, you pay me the amount that you pay for kerosene every month for the next 3 years. And I give you electricity right from day one. People love that. Nothing to lose. So right now we have over 2 million homes with solar energy, solar home system. We during our journey, which is about 23 years now in this company, but in the middle of it, we became the largest off-grid solar system in the whole world. See, because nobody else is doing it. So now we are double of what we have done that time. Many other organizations became interested in our work. So they started providing solar home system in Bangladesh. Today in Bangladesh, more than 4 million homes together have solar system, electricity in their homes. The question is, why do you create this company? What is the company all about? You must be making a lot of money. The answer is no. We create these companies to solve problems, not to make money for us. All these companies are sustainable. They can return the money that is invested, but it doesn't give any dividend to the owners by decision. We don't take any dividend out of these companies. So this creates a new question. Are these real companies? Are they real business which are not making money? How can you be business without making money? I said, is there any law in Bangladesh? If you don't take profit from your company, you'll be put in jail. I said, I'm not violating any law. It's my decision. I am not interested in making money. I'm interested in solving problems. That led to a controversy, what is a business and what is not. Then I said, this is a different kind of business. Conventional business is all about making money. This is a business to solve problems. I said, that's where the capitalist system went the wrong direction. They misinterpreted human beings. They interpreted human beings as driven by self-interest, which made them selfish, or it described their selfishness. I said, real human being is much bigger than that. They are not only selfish. They are selfish and selfless. I said, conventional economics, capitalist system, has put on glasses on our eyes with dollar signs. We see the world with dollar signs. We don't see anything else. And that's why we created a selfish world and created all the problems in the world. Problem of wealth concentration, problem of poverty, problem of environmental degradation, and so everything that we know about. Because we put dollar signs. What I'm trying to do in my work, probably what it is, I'm trying to replace the dollar sign glass with bifocal glass. You have dollar signs, at the same time you see the world. That you have the capacity to solve all the problems of the world. Any problem. Problem of unemployment, problem of poverty, problem of healthcare, problem of single mother or whatever. Welfare, unemployment, you name it. So that's what we can continue to do with this social business. And many big companies became interested in our work. That's what excited us, that not only we believe in it, now they're putting trust in us. The first big company that came was Danone from France. So we created a social business to solve the problem of malnutrition in children of Bangladesh. 48% of the children of Bangladesh are malnourished. So we created a special kind of yogurt, putting all the micronutrients which are missing in the children in the yogurt, and make it very delicious, and make it very cheap. Once you're in social business, suddenly your cost of production goes down because you don't need any frills, any special kind of angle to it so that you can attract many customers and make lots of profit. That's not our intention. Your intention is to go to the people who need it. And here we talk about the poor families, poorest families, how to get to the poorest families, make it affordable to them. So our marketing system is different. Our pricing system is different. We made it happen so we can be sustainable. And then other companies keep coming. We kept German companies, we have Japanese companies, we have Canadian companies, all working for social business. One Canadian company, McCain, they created a social business company in Europe because there are vegetables grown in all over Europe. 30% of the vegetables are thrown away. In business, they are known as ugly vegetables. Their crime is they are not the right shape. Because you have a cucumber which is fat on one end and thin on another end. No consumer in Europe will buy that cucumber. In the grocery shop, in the supermarket, you have to have vegetables in military formation. Anything that doesn't fit that military formation is rejected, and growers cannot sell it. In industry, it is officially known as ugly vegetable. They created a social business to buy back all these throwaway ugly vegetables, chop them up, make them little beautiful packages, call them ready-to-cook vegetable. Suddenly, it becomes very attractive because they don't have the shape. You see, even in vegetable, shape matters. So you brought in lots of wastage in the food system back into food chain. And now they make vegetable soup. Nothing wrong with that. Beautiful vegetable soup. So this is what the social business is. I asked the CEO of McCain, I said, how did you do that? You didn't do it all these years. He said, you told us to wear the bifocal lenses. So now the moment I start wearing the bifocal lenses, suddenly I see, what are we doing? Why are we throwing it away? Until then, we had the dollar glasses. We didn't see it. So that's the transformation which takes place. So that's something I tell the business school. Maybe this is about time. Not only you teach your young students to become experts, go out to the companies and make more money for their shareholders. This is what you train them for. You now have a separate stream. Graduates who will become the social MBAs, how to design businesses to solve problems, how to evaluate them, how to make them efficient, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Because that's what the young people want to do. Then I brought in another issue, and I'll stop there. We made sure the children of Grameen families go to school because their parents never went to school. So we wanted to make sure the literacy stops at the parent level. It doesn't spill over to the next generation. History stops here. We succeeded. And then created a new problem, no jobs. They complained, why did you send us to school, colleges, there's no job. We gave them education loan, everything. Then we had to think about it. What do we do now? I came back and said, why are you looking for jobs? I tell them, job is an obsolete idea. It's a wrong thinking. Human beings are not born to work for anybody else. Never in our history we ever worked for anybody. Only capitalist theory made us do so. Because that's how they can complete their theory. Otherwise, they couldn't complete their theory. So what are we? We are entrepreneurs. That's what we are. We are go-getters, problem solvers. We are hunters. We are gatherers. We are farmers. That's what we are. We are entrepreneurs. All human beings are packed with unlimited creative capacity. And our life job is to make sure we unleash that creative capacity. That's what the human life is all about, a process of unleashing creative energy, creative capacity. Job is the end of creativity because job doesn't need your creativity. It needs you to fit into a slot. And you sacrifice everything. That's a shame for the whole world. I said, why don't you become entrepreneurs? They said, our schools never taught us how to become entrepreneurs. I said, shame on your education. Look at your mother. Your mother joined Grameen Bank 30 years back, 20 years back, and took a loan of $20, $30, and started a business. Your mother is an illiterate woman. She never crossed the boundary of the village, but she had the courage to take this money and start a business. And ever since, she's paying back, taking loan, a little loan, and moving on with that. That's where you're born. You know the difference between you and your mother? Your mother is a natural human being. Education has not contaminated her mind. In your case, education has contaminated her mind. You cannot see what you are. She knows who she is. That's why she never asked. Nobody taught us how to start a business and stop there. She went ahead as a natural thing. She did it. You cannot do it. Say, oh, nobody taught me how to do it. I said, go back to your mother, unlearn everything you have learned, and learn fresh from your mother, and become an entrepreneur. And come back with the business idea, and we invest in your business. We created a social business venture capital fund. We become your partner. Now, hundreds of thousands of young people come with business plans. We keep on investing in their business as a partner. The deal is you'll pay us back when you can do that, and you become the full owner of the business. Our share is sold to you. We invest the money to somebody else. Since we are social business, we are not interested in making profit out of you or taking any part of your profit. Profit belongs to you. All we are interested in getting our money back. That's what the social business is all about. So suddenly, unemployed young people are becoming entrepreneurs. So we have to rethink what kind of structure we built. And if you want to undo the system, to undo the problems that we have created, that's the only direction we go. The point I always make, with old roads, you only go to the old destination. That's what we teach in our classroom, the old roads. Familiarize them with the old roads so that they can go to the old destination. I said, old destination is not serving us. We have to create a new destination. And we have to imagine that new destination. And once we imagine that new destination, our job is to build the new roads to go there. Thank you very much.
Thanks so much, Professor Yunus, for these really inspiring words. Professor Yunus will now take a few questions from the audience.
Right. You need the microphone. I just published a book called A World of Three Zeros: Zero Poverty, Zero Unemployment, Zero Net Carbon Emission. This book will give you a whole kind of survey of everything that we have done and what are the issues that we have raised and how we are addressing those issues. I hope this will be helpful. Thank you.
Professor Yunus, thank you very much for the inspiring presentation. I have a question about what the implications are for government. You mentioned what business can learn, but in terms of organizational form or methods, what advice do you have for how governments are organized around the world?
Yeah, my position is we hold our government responsible to solve problems, but that doesn't give us the license not to do anything ourselves. We should do our best while we keep on asking the government to do their best. All citizens can do a lot more than what a government can do. We have all the creative power at our disposal. So it's a wonderful feeling that I can use my creative power to solve the problem around me. And don't wait for the government to do it. Before government can do it, I'll go ahead and do it myself. But I will always hold them responsible if it is not done, because that's their responsibility. So I'm not taking away the responsibility. At the same time, I'm not taking away my responsibility. I'm reminding that this is my responsibility. As a human being, I have a responsibility to the whole world, and I'll do that. That's what the bifocal glass is all about. One is me, and is the rest of the world. I even suggest that we should divide life into two phases. Phase 1 of our life, phase 2 of our life. In phase 1, we have more on my own safety, security, income, family, etc. And then draw the line. After I have done that, I'm for the world. That's my life purpose. This was just a preparatory purpose, and the rest is a life purpose. I want to make things for the rest of the world. And that's my phase 2. I said, the word retirement is an ugly word. I said, because human beings never be mothballed. They cannot be mothballed. I said, we remain active and creative until the last breath. So I design my own life by phasing it into phase 1 and phase 2. Not wait for someone to say that you are retired on this such an age. I design my life. Thank you. Yeah, go ahead with the microphone. Yeah, go ahead.
I want to ask you, thanks for a great talk on the bifocal lenses, because I guess a lot of economists believe that businesses with a single focus lens that only looks at dollars actually do try to solve problems. Let's say a pharmaceutical trying to make profit by making a drug that helps lots of people and be very profitable and solve the problem at the same time.
Sure.
So are you saying that all businesses are doing it the wrong way, or certain problems are best solved in the pursuit of profit, while other problems are better solved
Yeah.
in a different way?
Please notice that what I said, we had a single lens glass with dollar signs, and I replaced it not with one lens, that we do only good. I said we are bifocal. So you still have the dollar plus. You do that. If you can do addition to doing that, a good thing is good. But as long as you remain within the format of the money-making business, you can do very little. No matter what you claim, you do little because, first of all, one test, you are connected with the stock market. Stock market doesn't forgive you. All they want is money. So after all this you do, they said, what is my money? Shareholders say, how come this company is making more money than us? So your CEOs and everybody, your work, all have to work so hard to compete with them. So you are always disoriented, even if you have good intentions. So I said, it's better to separate it out. Whatever good you want to do, create a separate company as a social business and do all the good things. And your pharmaceutical company, whatever company, you can raise lots of issues. A medicine which costs you 1 penny, sell you for $5. Why? I can create a social business, create close to 1 penny, so that medicine is available. So that's the whole social business, so just to make it sustainable. Our purpose is to solve the problem of the people. But if you want to make money, still the glass has a dollar sign glass. But I'm inviting you to use the other part of the glass too, which sees the world. But do it in a separate company, not within the same company. Within the same company, you cannot do much. You're limited by your circumstances. You're a good person, but you are restricted.
It's a cultural issue.
Microphone.
I had a cultural issue for you. You said that people should do self-help. Now, I'm from a Muslim country, a partly Muslim country, Nigeria, and there's a cultural issue that people do not want to come together because they believe it's fate, it's qadara, and there's a big issue with trying to change the mindset of people. What is your experience from your background in Bangladesh and across the Islamic world?
I'm from a Muslim country too. I never heard this question. So never raise this question to me. If I want to do good, everybody say you're doing good work. They applaud. Sometimes we get in conflict with the religion. Like we got into conflict with religion when we're doing microcredit at a very early stage. Saying lending money to women is haram because you are challenging the religion. Religion should keep the women in the back of the home. I said, who taught you this religion? We challenged them. I said, look, if you want to be a good Muslim, you have to follow the footsteps of the Prophet. That's everybody knows and accepts. I said, you remember Prophet at his youth, when he was a young person, he took a job under a businesswoman. So if you want to follow the footsteps of the Prophet, you have to find a businesswoman to work under. And nobody could dispute that. And we said, you all also know that Prophet married her later on. So he married a businesswoman. So if you want to be a good Muslim, you must marry a businesswoman. And if you can't find businesswomen, come to us. We have lots of businesswomen. So you have to turn around. You just don't take it what they say.
Okay,
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thanks a lot.